Welcome to BSMA 2025 in La Hulpe, Brussels. And we have the pleasure to welcome Alyssa Palmer from Roche. So thank you very much for joining us, Alyssa, this morning. So tell us more about, your company, your role, and what are your responsibilities, and what brings you to BSMA within, your professional activity.
Yeah, absolutely. Happy to be here. At Roche, I am a part of a very unique team that I don't know any other multinational pharma company to have. And we're called the Global Value Stream Strategy Team. And what we do is that we really focus on how we're designing our products so that they can move through the markets at the time of launch. So we sit within the technical operations department very closely to our supply chain cross-functional teams. And we're the liaison role between our life cycle leaders, so those in charge of typical commercial functions, as well as the markets.
Yeah, I was going to say, so you are very close to commercial because I think the new product introduction in general are always driven by commercial. Of course, technical operation has to deliver, what commercial wants, but this link should be really important, isn't it?
Exactly, and I think this is where sitting close to supply chain helps. So we have this lens that we can look at the commercial ambitions with and say, well, to reach this, we would need to take these considerations or these actions either to packaging design, something as simple as where and how we're placing the label, or creating convenience kits or other differentiators that we can create as a technical operations organization to create a competitive edge in the marketplace.
Yeah, but I know that bridging commercial and supply chain is like putting fire and water together, isn't it?
Maybe at other companies, but I think at Roche, and I'm new to Roche, I'm only 3 years, and something I've really learned is it's quite a collaborative environment. Sometimes it feels like working on a college group project. People are more fluid in their roles, and there's this culture of curiosity to really understanding how the downstream impacts are, or that how a decision will impact other functions. And this creates this culture of collaboration where, because it's not always just commercial, right? It's quality on the other end. So as a supply chain person, you have many adversaries in your organization. And I think this is what's lent Roche being very successful in setting up this kind of ninja or stealth team and formalizing it as a way of working.
Fantastic. Well done. So, and I'm sure you have plenty of success and, satisfaction doing this. Let's go back to BSMA 2025. So what really brings you to this event, and any takeaway from this morning's sessions?
Yes, so I'm at the event to network, to meet people, to really understand what folks in the pharma supply chain landscape are thinking and saying as we're looking to the future. And what resonated with me this morning is the focus on AI. And I think at Roche we're doing it the right way, especially feeling validated after what I've heard this morning of layering AI into everyone's day job, not creating verticals or centers of excellence, but really making it a part of everyone's day-to-day operations and responsibility. Just at Roche, everyone's responsible for the patient, no matter where you sit in the organization. There's this responsibility to be championing AI and to really be, again, this culture of curiosity. How can I be using that to do my job better to better serve patients?
Great. If you would recommend BSMA at your colleagues at Roche in 3 words, what would they be?
I would say forward-looking, collaboration, and thought partnership. And the thought partnership piece is so important because in large organizations like mine, you tend to talk to the same folks and they have the same problems as you have. And so coming to a network like this and getting to hear about others, and the service providers are so helpful who are working in the non-pharma space to really see case studies outside of our world that we can apply those learnings to as it impacts the healthcare end-to-end value chain.
Alyssa, thank you very much for coming to us. Thank you very much for this interview. It was a pleasure meeting you, and wish you a great continuation at BSMA 2025. Thank you.
Thank you.